So I'm at a resort, and I think it's Universal Studios, and I'm there with a large group, and I know I'm arguing with somebody about what meals are paid for and what aren't, and what it boils down to is we had one free meal. It was a welcoming dinner, and then a breakfast before we leave at the end of the convention. And everything else we had to pay for ourselves. I don't know why it was such a big issue. And a lot of people want to go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter on the last day because they want to go to Gringotts, and for some reason they want to just transfer all their money from American money to Harry Potter World money. But I'm like, you can't really use that in real life because it's not real money. But people are like, no, it's going to be awesome. So I'm like, you get like one bill or one galleon or whatever, and that'll be enough. But people were crazy, and somehow I get there too, and I'm not even supposed to be there, and I end up sneaking inside the building, and I'm underneath in tunnels, and some guy catches me, but I still have my name tag on from the convention for some stupid reason, because that's what you're not supposed to do when you're in a convention. You never wear your name tag outside, but whatever. So the guy brings me in, and I think he's going to interrogate me, and I'm in trouble, but no, it's his work office. It's like a laboratory, and he thinks I'm his new assistant because he's got a welcome to your first day of work bundle. It says Steve on it, but it says Steve C. And so he must think I'm a different Steve. He's like, well, why is your name Steve R, but everything here says Steve C? And I quickly think, I'm like, well, my middle initial is Charles. My middle initial is C, because my middle name is Charles. I'm like, and where I'm from, there's a lot of Steves. So we go by our middle initial. I don't understand why I said that. And he's like, okay, well, here's your uniform, and he gives me this clothes to wear, and then there's scrubs. So I get into the scrubs, and excuse me, there's also a really nice pair of corduroy pants, but they're all really small because it's actually for Steve C, who I used to work with. Somehow I managed to fit into them. I don't know, it's a dream, so apparently I have the body of a 19, 20-year-old, so God forbid. And then he's explaining different things to me, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and he has to interview me, and he's going to ask me about, he's like, I have to do your opening interview, and we have to find out everything you know, and how good at tennis you are. And I'm like, well, this is where things are going to get kind of crazy, because I don't know anything about tennis, so I'm getting kind of nervous. So the dream changes a little bit into something else. I can't really remember what it goes to, but it was very odd, and there was a lot of electronics in this, so I don't even know why the Wizarding World of Harry Potter would have a weird lab like this in the basement. Maybe it's not even related. Maybe there's a secret government agency underneath it, which would be a good cover. So who knows? It was kind of fun though. Oh, I just remembered the second part. Somehow I'm outside this little town in the middle of nowhere, off a highway. The town is probably another 5 miles off the highway, but I'm at this grocery store, which is right there, and I realize that it's dusty and a Dust Bowl type situation, and it's I know I'm in a documentary, and they're telling me about how the one day everything in that town changed, and I'm like, oh, it's never a good change when they're talking about it like that. So what ends up happening is, it's not funny. A Paver machine went off the highway and rambled into town, and I think paved over half the citizens, which is probably not a real thing. But so overnight they lost, this little supermarket lost 35% of their customers because I think they died. And so it's what happened to this supermarket and what happened to this little town, and apparently the town never really recovered. And it was a nice little bunch of people that lived there too, and it was very sad.